This is not gonna be good for any of us because this game is, I wouldn't say static, but what was it? Oh. This is not gonna be good for any of us because this game is, I wouldn't say static, but what was it? Oh. Well, if it works. Just give me 1 second, guys. Well, if it works. Well, it's not too bad. I think as long as not too much stuff doesn't go too crazy, then I guess. God, why do I always end up picking all the really graphic Well, alright kids, let's go. Okay, come on game. You should have been updated relatively well. Jacob's Manor? Crap. Well, shit. Ooh. Oh, okay. I completely forgot how crazy this game was. The game actually runs. Holy crap. I'm impressed. God, I forgot how much different this game is compared to all the other games I've been playing recently. Ah, God, shut up. This is why you need health regeneration, because God, you... shit. See, I didn't play Call of Duty all that. Well, I did play a good bit by myself, but these are the games that I really enjoyed. Oh, sorry, I'm a talker in the games. Oh my God, is it actually? Holy crap. No, see, y'all don't understand. Obviously, for some of y'all who used to watch, or not really watch, but some of y'all... Oh, shit. The game is actually... It's actually playing. Oh my God. Well, looky there. I get to be a streamer now. I don't fucking know. Give me a second. Ah, shut up. Okay. I know you have a shield and all that. However, you're not allowed to have it. Bingo. Oh my God, this is actually... See, y'all don't understand. From my perspective, last time I tried to stream, nothing worked. Like, it crapped out on me. And remember, this is like heavy rendering game. From what I remember, this is a pretty big... Well, okay, maybe not necessarily in some aspects, but... God. Just... It is mesmerizing to me because... Like, for most of y'all, who knows, y'all probably were able to stream and have good quality gameplay without too much going on. But not for me. Like, having my game look semi-okay without any problems, like, especially on a game like this is like glorious. Ah, fuck. Crap. See, see, it's been so long, I can't remember what guns I was keeping, what guns I wasn't. I'm just gonna do my usual... And I'm just gonna get rid of anything... Nope, I'm actually gonna keep that one. Essentially, if it's not legendary, I ain't bothering with it. God, I'm always... Okay, no offense to people out there. The one reason why I don't like Twitch, because I've noticed that bots are a thing. And yes, I do believe there are bots. If they're not bots, then they're not so good people, because But it is one of those things that I've noticed that bots do exist, and it's kind of annoying, because it's like, I would like some people to watch that are real. Now that I mention it, well, since the game is actually running okay, let me at least talk about the game for most of any of y'all who are out there, because this is going to go to my YouTube channel, clearly. For all y'all, this is Borderlands 3, this is chapter 17. This is main mission, blah blah blah, something chapter, whatever. But for most of y'all, clearly if you've never played, this is one of the games where I think, not that other games should be based off of, but kind of take some of the things they have and kind of look at it and be like, oh, and see what you can do. Because this is one of those, I really enjoy this type of game. Shoot 'em ups with what is it? I can't even remember the letters. Not RBG, but you know, RNG, loot, all that kind of stuff. Kind of like a hack and okay, essentially gun form and first person. Essentially, that is what I like. Kind of like this. Yes, there's major differences. I'm not gonna use, you know, specifics and all that, but it's still the fact of keep some of these aspects of the game like this and bring them to other games, and woo, we will have fun. But this game is a pretty big game. It is very fun. It is very difficult. It is difficult when it gets to certain levels. Specifically, when you go to your true vault hunt. That is the secondaries. Ooh, secret. That is the secondary level that you get in the game once you defeat the game one time around. And like all games, the only difference is for all of y'all, I think, for anyone out there, even if you want to play Borderlands 3, you can go for it, but also play Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel. And yes, people are going to tell you don't play pre-sequel. Pre-sequel is fun. It's slightly different, but it is fun. but I would suggest play those because you'll understand how the level system works with the difficulties of the three main difficulties. The third game here does not have a third one. It just has mayhem modes, which still are good, but with this, did you not drop? What? I don't think he dropped a single thing, and that kind of ticks me off because that doesn't make whatever. Okay, you can only do that once you've hit the first difficulty and finished the game.
Will the guardians still stand their vigil? Will they find a
But still. Alright, so for any of y'all out there, again, play the second one and the pre-sequel, and then you can get into this one, and because it is a good story, but with it is also, you kind of will figure out how the game works. This game is different slightly. Also because I want you to get a hold of what the actual, how it feels to get a legendary, because this game does not do justice what the originals really did. Specifically for me, what I've noticed in the last two games compared to you actually had to farm, and you actually had to really put in effort, kind of, more or less, to get a legendary. And when you got a legendary, it usually kicked butt. You usually could have used that, at least for secondary difficulty, you could have used that probably for a majority of the run. If not, in the sense of, would have been a good weapon backup for like 10 levels. For 10 like character levels. And you would be fine. There are some that could have done that for, I think, possibly half the game. If you're really, now that's really squeezing it, but in this game, it doesn't, no offense, Borderlands 3, but it does not do that justice. It just doesn't. Some of the guns, yes, are good. Some of the guns are meh. And some of the guns are kind of just meh. Like, you could be outweighed by a purple sometimes. And it's kind of, that's kind of, ooh, now that I think about it, give me, oh god. Give me a second. Performance. Render the game with high frame rate. Okay, that's interesting. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's interesting. Difficulty tutorials reset. I don't. It's just. Oh my god, that is. Oh my god, that is so. Oh my god, you don't understand. I have never performance. That is such a weird change. You don't understand. The game originally. Let's just see how this works. You know, I might change it back for y'all. Fuck. Okay, see. Ah, that is so weird. Okay, because y'all don't understand. Essentially what happened was it changed the frame rate to essentially, I think, 60, but made it so that it just was odd to look at, because this game kind of has a weird blend between, it has a really weird blend of you can see, but then you can't while moving and changing your peripheral direction. But it's just there enough to where you notice where things are, but at the same time you still notice that it's not all the way there. It's a really perfect blend. It's not like a perfect FPS like, you know, Modern Warfare, one of those games. But what just actually, it turned it into that for a second if you put it on performance level. But weird to me, because I'm so used to the gritty way the game already plays. Ah. Well, shit. Sorry. For any of y'all who don't know, metal or yellow bar, metal or iron is really difficult to defeat unless you have acid or ice, ironically. I'll understand this. Opposites damage each other. That's the best way to explain it. Shields really hate. Ooh, oh, that's why it hurt. It was a badass. But no, opposites hurt each other, obviously. Or electricity. Elements affect what they usually would affect in the real world. Like acid hurts armor. Electricity hurts electricity hurts technology, so shields. And fire really burns. Ooh. Fuck. Shit. Well, looky me. See, my game is actually rendering all that, and I'm really happy about it. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ice really does actually affect. Okay. Again, I was gonna go back. I'm sorry, this video for YouTube is really gonna be everywhere, but I am not a streamer. I am not a gamer YouTuber yet. So just give me, just let me do this. But again, for people who just don't play for something, I will say this. The one thing you will notice is that shields just don't tend to really keep you that safe. I mean, yes, they do. They do what they need to. But there are times where shields really do feel like yes, they are bullet sponge, obviously. However, they still don't do any. Fuck, don't. Alright, fuck it. Yeah, I had to. There was no way of getting back from that. I just realized too, the reason why my game might be doing kind of crappy is because my TV is actually not that powerful. Is like my TV is not optimized for gaming quality either. So I've realized that too. I gotta go through all this, but no. One thing you will notice is that shields typically. Obviously, purple's the better ones. I'm just trying to spitball kind of the general facts for anyone out there. But along with it, you will notice that, like again, the second game, Borderlands 2, really had the hit of like you had a shield and it helped you. It kept you safe for a good while. Not all the time, clearly, but this game kind of has a wonk just feel of everything just doesn't hit where it really should. Like I wish it did, but it just sometimes misses. Like some guns, yes, hit hard, some shields really do protect. Those are usually legendaries or purples, and they're really hard to come by unless you're like on the lightest difficulty. Now yes, obviously you're supposed to have builds and stuff. I don't really go through build information. That's the one thing I don't do in games, is because I have my own personal build and that's about it. Anything outside of that is just information I've learned. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just, like I said, I'm not a big talker in video games, and I'm just, like I said, I'm just surprised the game works at all. But I really do want y'all to try and play the second and the pre-sequel, because that will really show you not the retro, god, it's not that old, but the kind of the more classic, real good feeling of what Borderlands was. Yes, I really do enjoy this game. This is the biggest and best one in certain aspects. Like, they have a lot more guns and stuff, don't get me wrong. All that stuff, all the good stuff, all the good information you need. But it doesn't, when it actually comes to the guns and how much damage they output, how much they take, you kind of lack. The characters are more or less the same. I think that again, I think there is a slight bit of just a slight bit on some of their ultimates. When I say ultimates, I'm talking about their last like skills or their kind of like the skills they have. Some of them actually, okay, let me put it like this. If I had to rank the characters, 3 would have kind of the more not as powerful feeling skills and all that. It has just doesn't hit as hard. The second one Borderlands 2, really hit hard with their skills. Like if you had, God, what, which was the soldier, and you had your turrets. Oh my lord, you could defeat certain bosses sometimes with just one turret skill. And because you had like double turrets, you had rockets, you had a turret on it with two with 2 heads on it. Like it hit. You were killing things. Obviously on level difficulty 3, that changed a lot because those hurt. But again, those just felt a little better. In this game, they do feel good, don't get me wrong. They do feel like they hit with their skills. But I haven't really, it's been, like I said, this has been like a straight, oh lord, I think a year. It's been a while since I've played. Some of their skills do hit well, but some of them don't. Like this one, no offense, it doesn't do anything. I do like how their skills are mapped. I will give them that. Their skill mapping is really good. Their UI essentially is really good. For any of y'all who want to play, the one thing is though, you do have to kind of be smart. Obviously don't just do anything, but at the same time you can do what you want, but I would suggest trying to go through at least one complete tree, some way, somehow. Just because that usually does give you the best skills at the end, clearly. Some way, somehow. Don't go and just trying to like pull random skills. If you can, do whatever you want, but I am just letting you know for how the game works. Usually, I'm also basing this off of my experience, and when I say experience, I mean I wasn't like a god at the game, don't get me wrong, but I did put over, God, what was it? I tried to do the math on it. I did 40 days, however much that is in hours, on Borderlands 3, and I've put in, I think, like 30 days on the pre-sequel. I've almost gone all characters of every type to level 60, 70, I think it was for each. So I've gone my time. I know generally what's good. I can't remember all the names of all the guns, so I'm like, I remember it because I played it. I could probably tell you, I think, and stuff like that, but like, I can't remember all the guns, don't get me wrong. But I will tell you that, like, it's just generally speaking, try to kind of be smart with, oh, well, something above my level. That's kind of odd. Ow. Sorry. But with this, just like I said, really try and go back to Borderlands 2 in pre-sequel first before you play this, because it will show you what it really does feel like, and then when you get to 3, it will feel good. But see a difference you'll see the difference. But it is still fun, don't get me wrong. Also, shut up. Oh crap, fuck. Did you just call? Oh, no. Clearly, for anyone who doesn't know, legendaries are the best. But, oh, by the way, for 3, the legendaries do act different, generally speaking. I take that back. Because it's 3 did change a lot of how the guns kind of worked, kind of in general, compared to 3 or 2 and... But the legendaries kind of do kind of different. Like, you can't just usually shoot. Now, obviously, some of them are just normal. Like I said, y'all really do need to look at the previous games to really understand, see how big of a difference. Because yes, it's like, oh, people say, oh, there's a slight difference. No, this one actually like changes a little bit. You'll see. Yes, it's an upgrade. I'll call it. You'll see. Sorry, I'm not good at ranting. I do reiterate points at times because I have to. I think it's good. Also, stop hitting me. Like I said, shields are great, but health regeneration will save you. Especially if you have a lot of it. Damage over time, effects, debuffs, please go for that as well if you can. If you can, but I would say health regen is a must first, because that helps you obviously regain your health, but because the game does have a kind of a, sometimes if people hit you just at the right time, you're going down no matter what, unless you have enough health regen to really save your butt. Now, Amara's a melee-based character, so you have to use a lot of melee, and you know, this, that, and the other. Some of her skills are really good. Ah, I never changed. That's why I'm confused. This is the Helix is one of the best assault rifles in the game, from what I've noticed. It has been a while since I've played. I can't remember if this is good, if this is the one Huh, now that I think about it, this is kind of weird. Huh. I don't remember this one. Well, who knows, maybe I've probably gone this one before. Like I said, I have gone a lot of legendaries. Oh, again, another point I was going to go back to. In 2 and pre-sequel, you don't get legendaries often. You have to work for them. Oh, crap. Never mind. Ooh, actually I do like this. I forgot this is the one that has like on the mini track. Well, this is the God, are you still I'm kind of trying to notice the music and it's kind of funky. Give me a second. I like this music, I'm not gonna lie. I actually like it. God, okay, see, this is one of those you gotta be careful because shields and then iron, and he has a lot of rockets coming for you. Yeah, for some reason ice really does affect metal a lot. Okay, so I don't like this gun because I do, but it's not doing it. Oh, that's why it's a badass. Okay, never mind. That's why that makes a lot more difference. You know what? I completely forgot I'd have this. Okay, 28. This is another really good gun. Like I said, to each their own, do what you can, play what you want. There are, like, once you hit the second, you kind of start prioritizing electric. You need to have one of every element, essentially. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but if you don't have one of every element, you find it very difficult otherwise. And I'm not trying to be mean about it, I am just letting you know, because I will say, it changes, everyone starts, okay, let me just tell you how the pre-sequel in this game kind of starts out. Obviously it goes from easy to hard by the, beginning to the end. However, in the first difficulty, you don't deal with shields and armor as much, or anointed people, you'll notice what anointed are in a little bit. You don't deal with those nearly as much to the degree until you hit the second difficulty, or the second playthrough, essentially, is what you're doing. When that happens, it really starts hitting different, because every single thing essentially has either a shield, iron, or has a lot of health. And yes, you can kind of compete with it, but with it, there becomes a point where shields obviously are shields. You have to have electricity for it, but everything essentially has it, so you have to have that. Badasses almost always have armor, almost always, and you ain't fighting armor unless you're stupid. So you need some acid. Don't go doing drugs, kids. But you do need some acid, or toxic. I can't remember what the word is for the effect. I think it is just acid. But with that, you need a gun that fires acid clouds or something like that, or toxic fumes. You need a gun. You don't need a gun for fire or for flesh or just regular health. You don't really need it. But if you want to have it, you can. It will affect you that much because your regular guns will generally do enough damage to help, like, to kind of override that. Like my like this. Give me a second. Okay, so the other rifle I had that did 3 bullets instead of 1, that did with any elements, but that's also a special case. That's one of the literally best, I think, rifles in the game. So, but a gun that is good enough will deal with the health. You can kind of just run with it. The one problem you will figure out is when you start dealing with anointed, who are completely resistant generally to almost all elements. They have an exorbitant amount of health, and I'm pretty sure like their defense, I'm pretty sure is like, some of them have shields that they can make. They don't have them naturally. I don't think they ever have a shield, armor, and health. They just have health. But their health, I think, takes like 25% off of your damage, or they have 20 to 50% more damage or more health in general. So those guys are the ones where you have to work, you have to think, you actually have to think about what guns you have, and you have to be careful. Headshots work, everything like that works, your skills work and all that. There is one who's I call them thick boys. You'll see what I mean. They're kind of the big. They're kind of like the shield wielders. You'll notice. But he's anointed. When he's anointed, he creates a shield in front of him that's blue or purple, whatever the hell. But it is completely impervious. He also has a move, swinging his hands in the air, and he starts raining down fire. He is completely invulnerable during this. You have to kill him as quickly as possible, or as soon as possible, and you really just have to dodge. You have to headshot him a lot. It's just quickest way, and you have to kind of do it in a very small window, because the window is when he is not having his shield up and he throws the shield at you. For some reason, he can throw his plasma shield at you. Whoop-de-doo. Oof. Now that I think about it, I need to find out the voice actor for the brother. Oh god, I'm doing 40 minutes. Jeez, that's actually impressive. Lord, Alright, so then that means I'm gonna cut it off here. Sorry guys, you'll see what I mean. Either way, I appreciate it. Thanks.